Good morning, YouTube. Welcome on in. I'm your host, Bull Muscle, and happy Thanksgiving. We're gonna get started here. We got ourselves pull day. Do some pull-ups. Gonna be one good time. Yeah, what to do. Excellent. Roll on. Oh, and go on up just a touch. Let's get rolling. Be live. Hopefully, chat comes in. All the normal stuff gets handled. Good morning, Big Red. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. How's audio visual? We good? Start. Morning, Borga. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Unfortunately, my announcement turned out to be false. I'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to hit a first set. There we go. So, it's not something that I could not control. 13. Get started. ENB, good morning. Did see the YouTube notification. Excellent. Watching the parade, mom's getting a 16-pounder. Wow. She went big this year. Good for y'all. East State 3 p.m. Wonderful. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Grimsky, ENB, welcome on in. Good, good, good. How's audio? Does audio sound all right? So we will be on a slightly compressed time schedule today. I have to be OUT out of the gym before 7. So we are going to move a little bit quicker. Audio is good. Perfect. Thank you. Just had to be sure. So, how good to see you take control. Yeah. Why don't you just get. That's my sister got the bird from the hospital's raffle. Ah, congratulations. It's a good feeling, isn't it? What are you thankful for? Oh my gosh. Quite a lot. Um, just for starters, I'm thankful for my own health. If we hit at least 10 people in audience, let me know, and I'll explain something regarding the announcement yesterday. Okay, please let me know when we hit 10 people. Probably 30 when we get posed. Okay, 30 likes. Uh, so I'm thankful for own health. I'm able to come in here and do this. I'm thankful for my job. I'm able to support myself out here in paradise on this income, that I live here. I'm going to the Big Island for the next few days. I'm thankful that I have the ability to do that, and I'm thankful for the ability to go and travel across the globe if I wanted to safely. I'm thankful for all the food I get to eat. Thankful for my bed, my apartment, for my family. You gotta bless God for this one, man. Big man upstairs done treated me well. No doubt about that. I'm trying to tune into all your consultation streams now, and a couple of them have been really top notch. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, askfullmuscle@gmail.com. If you want advice, look, I'm the other nuclear engineer run my models. Do you know? Very simple. And, well, I'm doing great, but Grimsky, I'm thankful for quite a lot. I have much to be thankful for. Yeah, those consultation streams are really good. As for this weekend, I will try to do like one morning stream. It's going to depend on how the Wi-Fi is, the Airbnb we're renting. So it might happen, it might not. I have no way of guaranteeing that at this point. I'll try it. I can't promise anything. All right. All right. All right. So we're doing chins, and then we're gonna go up to 80 pounds. Hands are greasy this morning. That is the opposite of what we want. It's 13 again. Not great. It's all right. I did not sleep very well last few days, so I'm not expecting world-breaking numbers today. You're gonna get days like that. All right. You are gonna go up to 80 here. These will be our heavy sets. Because of the long range of motion of pull-ups, I do kind of like uh, not hitting my heaviest stuff first. It probably does mean I'm not hitting like an absolute theoretical max, but I'm okay with that. We have a drought over here, huh? The high here is going to be in the 80s, so I guess you already knew that. I live in Hawaii. You know what the weather already is. It's perfect all year round, forever. Awesome Jedi 99. Good to see you. Did my workouts for martial arts. Started in martial arts 15 months now. Congratulations, 30 pounds down. Freaking love to see it. Love to hear it, man. Thank you for tuning in. Genuinely grateful for that. 253 pounds now. Now you're 223. 20 more to go. You got this. Hell yeah, bro. Sunny 60s over cold, damn dreary 40s here any day. That's about on par for Kentucky. Yeah, because with Kentucky, you can have it's very variable. You know, you can have the almost Indian summer this time of year. Yeah, Indian summer's more October. It's a bit late for that, but you can have a really nice fall day, or you can have it kind of cold and dry and drizzly the way Kentucky is a lot of the winter. So very variable. Gripsky, that's awesome. But yeah, just got some rain. Good for you, man. I think New York City got rain in October. Yeah, that's strange. Speaking of New York City, if any of y'all else are from New York. I will be there in February, okay? So if you want to hang out with me, that's uh, that's that. Should be uh, a good opportunity. I will be very busy that week, but I'm going to try and make at least one day to meet up with any people from Twitch on there or YouTube because I've stopped doing Twitch now. Yeah, I'm not returning to Twitch. This weekend's going to get cold. I'm talking lows in the teens. Yikes. Hard pass on that. Okay. All right. This is the big heavy set, so I'm going to lock in, hit this. All right, so this is, ugh, come on. That was a bitch get it over the, it's such a big ass, it's hard to get the weight over. All right, so you got 80 pounds on here. We're gonna hit it. Oh, cool, Funk Band War is there. I love War. They're a good band. Lower edge touch, that's better. All right, I'm gonna lock in. Let's hit this. I don't have a ton of time today, so we're gonna hit this and roll. We got two more. I want 8 here. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but let me psych up. Strong like bull. Come on. 1, 2, squeeze it back. 4, all the way down. 5. Six. Ugh. Yeah, I'm definitely not on my strongest today. I just haven't gotten very good sleep the last few days. My brother's been in town, and it's definitely, I've been staying up later to chill, hang out with him. Yeah, that's not ideal. That's all right. It'll be fine. We got one more. That would do. What are we gonna do after that? We're here. Might as well set up the pull down machine too. Yeah. We're 12 people now in case you're waiting for 10 people. I was. Thank you. Dave Mouse is driving the winter past you guys. 100 a night. I have to invest. That's spending. Don't call it an investment. Sounds like a good time, but ain't no investment. Or yeah, 12 people. I was labs flight into the island. Great, and that's the perfect segue. I needed to talk about that. So y'all may be noticing I'm alone this morning, as usual. My bro Lab Boys got invited to an EDM trance concert last night and decided to do that instead of get up early at 5 a.m. to lift with his bro. I can't say I'm not disappointed. I am, but I do understand it. He wants to go and get the girls, so he's gonna go do that. It's the power of the pussy. I wish he was here, but he has chosen to do something else. I hope he doesn't party too hard and miss the flight to the Big Island, which is where we're going to be the next 4 days. Going to be mostly on Hilo side, But should be a real good time. We found a pretty decent looking Airbnb. It's me, my bro, and 4 Australians, so it should be real good ripper. I'm gonna be probably the DD. Speaking of things I'm thankful for, I'm thankful I chose to give up alcohol this year. I'm not sure I'm ever going back. Alcohol's overrated. Let's go. 5. That last one was the half set or half rep. Ugh, not good at all. Yeah, strength is definitely low today. I'm down on power. Rather disappointing, but very predictable. Is what it is. I should have gone to sleep earlier last night. I was up busy packing and listening to a couple really interesting YouTube videos on the pros and cons of living in different parts of the country. I'm a very big fan of uh, hunting for the optimal place to live. I see no reason you need to be tied to your hometown your whole life. I think that's limiting. I don't see much in the way of value for doing that. All right, we're gonna go flip y'all around, put y'all right here. Maui. Let's see. I might do SBDs. That's some kind of deadlift. Sumo. What kind of deadlift is that? Honestly, can't say I understand or I know which. All right. Yeah. No, we're not going to Maui. There's right. So tourism is already a sketchy or not a sketchy, but a sensitive subject here. With Maui, it's even more so because a lot of residents have been displaced from their homes due to the fires. So, eh, I'm not sure that would be the best idea. I don't know. I'm not really going to comment on that. I feel like I would be the wrong person to do that. So I'm not gonna. I'm not really gonna go there. But all right, we're gonna start with 2 plates. We're gonna do a crossways grip on this. For these, I do like using straps. Not because I need to for the grip, but because it's one less thing to focus on. Actually, you know what? First set, I'm not gonna use straps. We'll see how it feels. Auburn won the Maui Invitational. Oh, yeah, I don't really want to think about Auburn right now. We got something more important today, or Saturday, I should say, um, to put it mildly. Well, I sure hope that A&M comes ready to play. It would be a very A&M thing to just be completely letting down in this game. But you, for those of you who aren't focused on college football, there's a little rivalry game coming up called the Lone Star Showdown. It has not been played since 2011. If you like college football, that is going to be must-watch television. There is a lot of pent-up anger there. This is easy. 20 felt like I had more in the tank. Definitely going to go to straps though. Forearms are starting to get burned out before my lats, which is exactly what I thought would happen. We go with 230 for the next set. All right, it's 20. All right, this should be harder. I think should be able to get 12 here. That would be ideal. Yeah, there are some big implications here for this game. I don't think, look, and there are plenty of great rivalry games. The game, the Palmetto Bowl, the Iron Bowl, right? None of them have been on a 13-year hiatus. I think the only other one that's really like that's the border war between Kansas and Mizzou. But Kansas and Mizzou aren't. Kansas has been playing great football recently, and Mizzou's not a bad team either. But neither of them are in the runnings for a title appearance. All right, let's do this. Come on, there we go. Come on, get. Come on. Come on, 3 more. That was solid. It's 12. We're gonna go 280 here. We're gonna go overhand for the next 2. Here, actually, you're the Buckeyes fans. The game isn't much. Yeah, well, because the Buckeyes already have 1 loss, and I mean, I think a 2-loss Ohio State gets in on their brand name alone, but a loss to Michigan here is ugly. Michigan is not a good football team this year. They're rebuilding. They lost a ton of their talent, and they have a brand new coach. Right before someone says, "Oh, well, a 3-loss A&M team can get in," the only way a 3-loss A&M team gets in is if they run the table, beat Texas, and then beat Georgia, which I don't think will happen. I say it's a 50-50 shot they got against Texas. I don't think with this much emotion on the line, I think paper stats become meaningless. Texas is the more talented team. They've played better football this year. A&M has the home advantage. I I think anybody who says they can predict how that game is going to go is lying to you. It could be a 70-point game. It could be, a multiple overtime game. Both seem entirely believable. Like it could be an absolute beatdown either way. It could be the tightest game college football sees this entire year. I think that game under these circumstances cannot be predicted. Yeah, I don't like the college game day is coming. It's College Station. I think A&M has won a grand total of once, I think, and they've lost 6 or 7 times when game day's in town. Because A&M uh, is the opposite of a clutch football team. They don't win big games. Not normally, no. There's got to be some magic that happens for A&M to win. Maybe there is. All I know is I won't be watching it. I'm going to be on the Big Island enjoying life. I'm not going to put myself through that because it's just going to make me miserable and anxious. It's something I can't control. What should I rather be doing? Hiking up a volcano or getting upset about a football game that ultimately has no bearing on my life? The answer is very obvious. I've cared a lot less about A&M football this year. I think A&M loses it, but that's just because I'm a pessimist about A&M. You can't. It's impossible to be optimistic about them. That's BAS talking. They could win it. I don't think they do, but they could. Ah, shit. Let's go next set. Come on. Oh, that's good. It's 10. Here we go. One more of these. I feel good. Stick to around 10. Stick to 280 for weight. You want to be really bad for us? Think you match up well against Oregon? I think if you lose to Michigan, doesn't that mean Indiana gets in to the Big Ten? Assuming they beat Purdue, which this year they probably will. I don't know how that works. I can't even understand how the SEC, like, I don't understand how a three-loss A&M team is even in the conversation for an SEC title appearance, but here we are. This year's been chaos. So what we're hitting here, by the way, if it wasn't obvious, is lat pull down. This is basically a more isolated form of pull-ups. Right, with pull-ups, there's always going to be some body movement involved. You can go Marine style or military style all you want. Well, the pull-down machine, your body is pinned, it's fixed. It's the only thing you're moving is your arms. For me, especially with straps, it allows me to get a really good stretch. And the straps allow me to basically boost my grip strength to the point where my forearms are no longer the failing factor. That's why I like using the straps for these. Come on, let's go. I want 10 here. It's going to be hard, but I think I can get it. Come on. Come on, 2 more. Finish. That's good. Nice. All right, that's solid. We move on to the dumbbells. when they win the old Oaken bucket. I don't know what that is. I'll assume that's a some sort of rivalry trophy. Oh, Penn State gets the nod. Really, not Indiana? Oh yeah, because Penn State's only got one loss, don't they? So yes, all the Buckeyes fans are donning the maize and blue today, then, huh? Or sorry, all Nittany Lions fans are donning the maize and blue today, I should say. Did I say Buckeyes fans? I don't know. Sorry. Blood no flowy to brain. All right. So we've got incline shrugs next. Then we'll hit hammer curls, upright rows, and then preacher curls. Actually, no, we'll start with that. We'll start on the outside. If IU gets in, I think you mean if they beat Purdue? I don't know how that works. Again, I don't know. Above the When you get north of the Ohio River, to Southerners like me, it's like here be Dragons territory. We're vaguely aware of the Wolverines, the Nittany Lions, and the Buckeyes, and that's about it. Let's get a little Uriah Heep going. We'll start with 80s. I don't even know what I am anymore, honestly. I say here be Dragons just because there's I think I messed this up. There we go. Just because we're so focused on the SEC beatings that I don't know. At one point, I'd call myself a Texan, not anymore. I guess I don't know. How do you define a Southerner? Am I a Southerner? At this point, I'm just an American. I really don't have a home. I have a house. It's not a home. Let's go. I think it's 14, 15. This is when the head breaker. Okay. Okay, so IU's basically out. Not both of them won't lose because Penn State plays Pitt, don't they? I don't know who Penn State plays. I assume Pitt because it's rivalry week. Maybe I have that wrong. Miss LNCFB. Yeah. Well, I know they play Navy. Uh, I don't like that there are other games happening that day. I really don't like that. Army Navy game is special. That's the most important and the best rivalry in all of college sports. And that includes the Lone Star Showdown, even this year. Nothing, and I say nothing, beats Army Navy. Fight me. If you, Ohio State and Michigan fans, shut up. Y'all have second, by far, second best rivalry. I'll admit, the game, even better than Lone Star Showdown. This year's an aberration. Grant me that, because Michigan's not that good, and there are title implications on the line. But normally, yeah, the game is the second best rivalry in college football, but nothing beats Army Navy. Doesn't matter what the record is. If you don't like that opinion, you just don't like America. Like, seriously, play Maryland? Boy, that's got to be a letdown. All these other great games, you got to deal with Maryland. Does Penn State even have a rivalry with Maryland? Like, do they care about that game? Because I know y'all care about the game with Pitt, right? I know what y'all sing during Sweet Caroline, so you clearly care about them. I did see, and I love this, uh, that Navy is busting out some new unis for the game. They're going to be based on the Jolly Roger, which I think, again, I'm not normally a fan of that. I'm normally a fan of keeping shit real traditional, but okay. The U.S. Navy of all people taking on the Jolly Roger, that's kind of neat. Because the Navy, U.S. Navy, in real life, is probably the biggest single anti-piracy organization in the world. So using pirates' own symbols against them, pretty funny. Just need to be on our schedule here. Realignment over Saturday, December 14th. Sweet. Okay. I'll probably watch that. That's the one where if you don't like Army Navy, you don't like college football. Army Navy is the best of what college football has to offer. I really do believe that. It's just I 100% will. I know it's like an old-fashioned, old-timey kind of opinion. What's funny is growing up, I'd root for Army because my grandpa went to West Point, class of '47. But now, uh, thanks to my employer, I got to go with Navy. So I will say, if Army had a playoff implication on the line, I'd root for them because, come on, we all wanted to see that. Nobody, except for Notre Dame fans, I guess, but like, come on. If you were not a Notre Dame fan, you were rooting for Army in that game. Even a Navy fan, because then it would have been Navy's chance to spoil Army's season. Let's see. Let's go. We're gonna do okay. So we're gonna alternate sets here. We're gonna do hammer curls, and then uh, we're gonna do hammer curls, and then we're gonna do upright rows. Both of them we're doing with dumbbells. I think I'm gonna try hammers with 65s. Go a little bit heavier today. Usually I like to do my hammer curls. Do I add a little body English? I do. The whole point of a hammer curl is to work the brachioradialis anyway, right? If you're wanting range of motion, a hammer curl is not the ideal form to be working that, right? A preacher curl is going to give you more range of motion. An incline curl is going to be giving more range of motion. A cable curl is going to be giving you more range of motion. Hammer curl is more for power, if you ask me. It's 5, 1, 2, 5, 6, 10. That's 11. We'll take 11. The 70-pound dumbbells went away because I think the cover started peeling off of it. I hope they replace them at some point. Jeff Scully needs a Snickers. Yeah, I saw that. What's funny is I believe Caps won that game, so joke's on y'all. But dude, fuck the Utah hockey team. That's all I'm gonna say. I know it was an accident. I don't care. Y'all heard Ovechkin. Fuck the Utah hockey. Like, nah. I hope y'all. I hope the Coyotes. I hope the curse of the Arizona Coyotes follows them to Utah for that precise reason. I am that petty. You hurt the. You hurt the goat in his pursuit of the record, and he was on fire this year. How can you, as a franchise, live with yourselves? Shame. Yeah, they're still the like as if you didn't need another reason to hate them. Yeah, they're the Utah Hockey Club because everybody loved the Washington football team. No, fuck off with that. Just shitty. You could have gone with Hornets or something Beehive related because it's Utah. Hell, even keeping Coyotes would have been a better name than Utah Hockey Club. It's just so lame. It's lame. Or Yetis or I don't know what, but Utah Hockey Club sucks. Let's go. 10, 11. That's good. 15, 15, 15. Hammer curls 65, 11, 60, 11. That's funny to me. Caps goalie. Yeah. It is basically, we're getting into hockey season now. It's late November. We must keep them away. Pretty soon we'll pay. Count. You took the 65-pound dumbbell. You're doing rows. Okay. 60s it is. Elbows tucked. 14, 15, 8, 17. That's 12. Take that. So I got maybe about 45 minutes left in this workout. I can't be going too slow. I'm gonna take a pee after this set. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Caffeine's starting to percolate. Athletics, you calling the athletics. They have no affiliate to anyone. That's somehow even worse. That's just sad. What's sad to me is that they're going to fail in Vegas. Nobody wants to watch a baseball game in Las Vegas. That market's become oversaturated. You've already got the Raiders and the Knights. There was an easy and obvious solution for the Athletics to solve all of their issues, and that answer was San Antonio, and they completely failed to pick up on it. No, San Antonio was the move there. Anyway, next set. Seven, 10, 11. All right, BRB, y'all. I gotta pee. Appreciate y'all's patience. Sorry about that. Your boy had to pee. San Antonio might get the Sox if Nashville falls through. Nashville would be a good city for a baseball team, but I think San Antonio would be better. I specifically think San Antonio would have been perfect for the Athletics because think about what division they're in. They're already in a division with two other teams in Texas, Houston and the Rangers, right? You put San Antonio in there, you have an interdivisional triangle. That shit's fun. It's part of why I don't think the Athletics succeeded that much. I think if the Athletics had been in the NL West with the Dodgers, the Padres, uh, frankly, I'm a huge fan of the whole divisional shakeup where you put like the NL West. If the Athletics had stayed in California, you should have just had a California division: Padres, Dodgers, Giants, Angels, and Athletics. I think that would have been a hilarious, fun division. It would have just been, I mean, come on, it would have been the California division. I think that would be really cool. But since that's not happening, put the Athletics in San Antonio. Um, there's my baseball take. I will die behind that take. I think you should do the same thing with the AL East. I think the Orioles should move to the NL East. The Mets should move to the AL East. Uh, the what's the other team in the AL East? The Rays should move to Montreal. I think that would be a fun division. So you'd have Boston, New York, Toronto, and Montreal. Tell me that wouldn't be a great division. And then it'd be more of a Southeast division for, I guess Philadelphia, not really, but Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, Atlanta, and then the Marlins, I guess. That's kind of the odd one out there. But still, having Philly, Baltimore, and Washington in one division, that would be a lot of fun. And you'd get way better attendance numbers because you'd have a whole lot more fans opposing, because there's a ton of Washington fans in Baltimore and vice versa. I think that would be a blast, but nobody, nobody's interested in my baseball opinions, I think. All right, anyway, let's get a little bit of Scorpions going here. Blake Snell's a Dodger. San Antonio might get the, yeah. Let's go. All right, 65s are back. I'm gonna use them now. Sixty, 17, 18, 20. 12 is good. Had a little bit more time to rest there, so got an extra rep. I'll take that. 65. Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Okay, so we've got preachers and wrist curls next. Then we've got, okay. Then we've got cable cross, Bayesian curls, abs, low rows, single dumbbells. Fuck, we still have a lot to go. I may have to cut a few items from today. I wouldn't touch the AFC North because rivalries are that good. No, AFC North is perfect as is. It's relatively geographically consistent. You don't need to touch that. Same with the NFC North. For the most part, it's the same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. Do they belong in the NFC East? No, but the rivalries there are so tight that no, you can't do that. With baseball, I think with a few exceptions, Yankees, Red Sox, you don't need to worry about that as much. But or like Dodgers, Giants, you can't break that up. Because that's been a rivalry since the 50s when they both moved out to California. Let's go. Yeah, we'll do Preachers next. Preachers, I think I'm gonna go lower weight today, and then go for quite a few more reps, like 85 or something like that, and go for 15 to 20 rep sets with less breaks. There we go. Last set on uprights. Come on. I think that was 11. I think I miscounted there. I said 12, but I think it was 11. But yeah, no, I've talked about realigning the MLB. I also do think the MLB should expand. Um, Honestly, I would love to see the Marlins move to San Juan, Puerto Rico. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think there should be 36 MLB teams, 6 divisions of 6. I think Birmingham, Alabama would be a great place for a baseball team too. I put the Eagles. No, don't put Philly. Although Philly, Pittsburgh would be good. Yeah, you have Philly, Baltimore, but then who do you drop out? This is actually a little bit closer than this. That'll work. Okay. So instead of our normal 35s, your 25s, we go for slightly faster tempo and more reps. We'll go 25 and 5 to see how that feels. Now I think MLB, okay, if you're keeping with 30 teams, yeah, you move the Mets to the AL East and you move the Rays to Montreal. Because look, okay, good luck rebuilding that stadium. Just put them in Montreal already. Montreal's a huge city. Global warming is making it a much better place for baseball anyway. And come on, they deserve the Expos back. It was management that fucked over the Expos, not the fan base dropping. So I think you do that. NL East, you move Baltimore down. I think you put Baltimore, Washington, and Philly in the same division. The NL East becomes much more interesting. Um, if you were to put a team in Charlotte, like if you were going to expand to 36, I'd throw a team in Charlotte. I think that'd be really good. Um, I think AL, you can't break up the Cardinals and the Cubbies. So I think if the White Sox stay in Chicago, you move them to the NL Central. If not, I mean, you could move them. If they're moving to Nashville or wherever, that could work. But I don't know. Let's go. I'm gonna check YouTube, make sure the comments are still rolling in. Stream quality appears to have been pretty good. Knock on wood today. I'm probably jinxing it by saying that, but if Jeffrey Lurie after ruining the Expos and Marlins, it's not bad. Yeah, the Browns never moved to Baltimore, and everything moves playing at the same time as the AFC North or the South. Well, the Titans belong in the AFC South because Tennessee is in the South. Now, I don't believe Indianapolis belongs in the South. Now, you could do that, honestly. The trouble is, see, that's another one. Do you want to expand the NFL? I think the NFL could probably do more than 32 teams at this point. Um, I think you go maybe consider. See, the trouble is you have to mix up divisions because unless you want to throw 8 more teams in, jumping from 32 to 40 is a lot. I'm not sure the NFL is ready for a jump that big. See, I would think 30, 36, but then you got to go with 6 divisions of 6. So you got to bring back the NFC and AFC Central. Go back to pre-2002 divisions, which is going to bother people. if you do expand the NFL to 40 teams, definitely got to put a San Antonio team in there. You can't avoid it at that point. 12. You got more than you. Let's go. Come on. Forearms are sore. That's good. 15. 16. Um, if you were to expand the NFL to 40 teams, you definitely put a team in Portland. You definitely put a team in San Antonio. I think you put a team somewhere in Alabama, Montgomery or Birmingham, one of those two. I think you put one in Oklahoma City. Uh, See now, if you put them both in San Antonio and Oklahoma City, Jerry Jones throws a hissy fit. So the problem is the South is under represented in the NFL because historically the NFL, its bread and butter teams were all in the Rust Belt, even going back to the 20s and 30s. Sorry, the 1920s. Like that's why the Green Bay Packers are a thing because in those days Green Bay, relative to the average U.S. city size, Green Bay was bigger. It was an industrial town. Cities like Chicago, uh, you know, Dallas and Kansas City and whatever all continued to grow. Green Bay just kind of didn't. Now, some cities shrunk, Detroit, Cleveland, but still, they grew a lot more. Other NFL, you put a team in Toronto at that point, uh, at least Toronto. I think you put one in Calgary, believe it or not. I think or either Calgary or Edmonton. I think you go Calgary just because it's a little bit closer, but uh, because Alberta is basically Canada's Texas anyway, so they're gonna like an NFL team. There's already two LA teams. You force the Chargers if you really want to keep two LA teams. You introduce an expansion LA team and force the Chargers back to San Diego. Um, let's go. That won't happen. I think you take a look at Omaha. It'd be another underrated market to tap into. I don't think there are enough cities to get to 40 NFL teams. Maybe Monterey or Mexico City. You don't put one in London. That's such a bad idea. Come on. Finish. I lost count. I think I'm at 13. 16. NFL be putting teams in Canada to be a conflict with the CFL. What is the CFL going to do? They're already basically a development league for the NFL in all but name. Ravens don't exist. The Titans. No, Baltimore deserves a football team. Um, you could put one in. See, you can't really put another one in New England. Not really. There aren't any cities big enough. I see. I don't think you can really do a 40 team NFL. I don't think there are enough cities available to support it. San Antonio, yes. Birmingham or Montgomery, one Alabama team, yes. Oklahoma City, yes. Omaha, yes. Toronto, yes. Maybe Calgary, maybe Mexico City, maybe Monterey. You're really pushing it. You could move back to St. Louis, but the NFL is not going to do that. The NFL hates St. Louis because St. Louis told them to get stuff, which good on them. I don't think Albuquerque would be big enough to hold one. Not enough. Yeah, they're really. I think 40 NFL teams is really pushing the limits of what is financially viable, right? You're never gonna put one in Madison or Milwaukee because the Packers just no, the Packers will prevent that from happening. Even the Bears would say no on that. You put one in Salt Lake City, I guess, or Boise's not quite big enough. I really don't think there are enough teams for. Uh, I don't think you could do it. Portland. I think you'd really be stretching it at 40. I'll put it that way. All right. I think baseball would be better off expanding to 40 or more teams than football, just because I think baseball is a much more international ball game. Or basketball. You could definitely expand the NBA just because, right, the NBA, an NBA team has much lower payroll on average. It's higher, but right, there's fewer people. So you could have more NBA teams, I think. It's also a lot cheaper to build a basketball arena than a football field or a baseball field on average, especially if you're building a dome. It's 9. Do not, under any circumstances, locate a football team in Honolulu. We don't need one. That would be such a bad idea. 16. Oh, forearms are fried. You hit wrist curls now, really fry them. Yeah. We got 6:10, so I got maybe 30 minutes left, and I'm gonna have to curtail the broadcast. So I gotta fucking move, is what that means. Show my age, River Nancy average 30, 30 years old. Wow. All right. Yeah. Yeah, showing your age just a touch, I'm afraid. So we're at 40s today. Yeah, well, that would be 40, 90, 40. So regarding the title, I talked about what I was thankful for earlier, but it's a lesson your parents ought to teach you when you're young. But gratitude is, in a lot of ways, the key to happiness. If you can be thankful for what you have in any given situation, is a form of stoicism. It will give you a lot more toughness. forearms are really screaming now. What we got next after this? We got cables. All right. Let's see. Browns never moved to Baltimore in my timeline. They said that. The Ravens don't exist. You already learned Sioux City. God, no. If you're going to pick a team in the Plains, go with Omaha. Omaha's a little bit bigger. Hey, cookies and cream. Yeah, the gym's mostly empty today, as you'd expect. Detroit over the Bears. Yeah. Vancouver, the hypothetical. Portland and the Seahawks is. No, I think Portland and Seattle you could do. They're two different cities. It's not one megalopolis. Seattle still would have, um, the Washington State area. You'd have like people in Pullman or Spokane are still going to be Seahawks fans. People in Tacoma are still going to be Seahawks fans. And then Portland, you get the rest of the Willamette Valley. So I think you'd be okay there. I think you could do Portland. If you're going to expand, I think Portland would not be a bad option. Because Portland's still a growing city. Well, not Portland itself, but the suburbs around it. Very few American cities are actually growing in terms of urban core. It's all sprawl and suburbanization, which is, of course, the Interstate Highways Act of 1956 and its consequences. You knew it was coming. By the way, I'm going to try Streamlabs in the future. I was going to do it today, but I decided to stick with what was a known quantity because I thought my brother was going to be lifting here today, but he's not. Grumble, 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 grumble. I really wanted him for that. Honestly, I am disappointed. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. All right, we're gonna hit Bayesian curls next, and then actually no, we're gonna hit cable cross and then Bayesian curls. Yeah. Okay. Cable cross. We start high. Actually, we'll do 3 of these and 3 low rows instead of 4 and 2 because we're here. Cable cross is not a heavy exercise. We go 22. We go 20. Someone keeps breaking this. I hate it when somebody uses the lowest setting on this because it screws with the cable, puts too much slack in it. I don't know why people continue to do that. Whatever. All right. So cable cross, really good for upper back muscles, rear delts, stuff like that. For me, oh wow, that is much too low. That'll do. So for me, I appreciate the way it feels. It's not a must-do exercise, but it's a really nice finisher. Even that's too heavy. Yeah, I'm gonna go down weight. So we got, let's see here. Dodger's gonna love this SE marching Gamecocks at the Macy's parade. Aw, Honestly, sleep on Memphis for an expansion team? No. Memphis is too poor. Memphis does not have. Memphis is one of the poorest big cities in the United States. It does not have the resources as a city to build a stadium necessary to engage. You could use Memphis's college stadium, but it's going to not be up to par with NFL standards. Memphis does not have it's. You go look at income, like average per capita income for cities. Memphis is very, very low. You'd have to. It would be. It would be at a severe disadvantage compared to most teams. Like even Detroit is richer than Memphis. You'd be better off returning to St. Louis before doing that. Of course, the NFL's never going to do that. But no, Memphis is too poor. I know that's a mean thing to say, but it's true. But there we go. Oh, I should still go down weight. This is still probably on the heavier side than I ought to be doing. And go down a little bit further. I can see why you picked Memphis. The other thing is, it's going to be a lot of Titans fans there already, and a fair amount of Saints fans too. I don't. I think Memphis has more overlap with Nashville because they're called the Tennessee Titans. They're not the Nashville Titans. So you're going to run into that. I mean, I could see it, but mm, I don't. I also don't think Memphis is a city that's really growing the same way. Honestly, I'd hate to say it, but if San Antonio wasn't enough, you could go with Austin. I don't think Austin would be as good as San Antonio because they're always gonna be devoted to the Longhorns. It's just reality there. But San Antonio, I think it's by far and away the best relocation city left if you're the NFL. I think San Antonio or Toronto by far and away the best. Because San Antonio just keeps growing because it's run well, or it's it's got good business policy, I should say. Oh, that's perfect. It's good. All right. Next up, we'll do Bayesian curls. So those will go. We'll do 29s to start. And I need that about wrist height. Perfect. It's already there. There. Yeah. Memphis really despises the Titans. Why? I'm surprised by that. Then who do they root for? I mean, I don't know. Of the two, like of states that I would think two teams would work well in, Tennessee is not at the top of the list. Like Florida, sure. New York, sure. Um, California, of course. Texas, duh. But Tennessee, let's go. It was really good for getting that pump. Come on. Raise the camera up a bit. See, it's already 6:20, but we're most of the way through. I think we'll be able to finish the whole thing. Might cut an ab set. I need to be DONE done by 6:45 or so because I got to get to the airport. 30 likes, and I will do a shirtless pose at the end. It's the bird pic in the Discord. I appreciate that. Oilers first set up shop in Memphis. Oh yeah. Speaking of other changes, there's room. There's a rumor Nissan is going to go under, so don't be surprised if the Titan Stadium name changes very quickly. Which makes sense. Name one car right now that Nissan makes that you'd honestly want to buy. I mean, the Altima is a meme. The Rogue is terrible. The Kicks is terrible. The Frontier is okay, but you'd rather have a Colorado or a Tacoma. The Leaf is terrible. Nissan used to be, you know, maybe not quite Toyota tier reliability, but definitely Mazda tier. Nowadays Nissan it's Japanese Chrysler. Like I would not buy a Nissan. They're not good cars. The Z looks good, but it's ancient underneath. Switch. Oh, 12, 16. So let's see, we've got one more of those. We're gonna go down weight to 24 here. That was only 16. Then we've got 3 sets of low rows, 1 set burnout curls, leg raises, and ab wheel. Is that from the GTR? Oh, exactly. The GTR was a brilliant car in 2010. For sure, Nissan is under Renault's ownership. It's a partnership, not all of it. It's not completely owned by Renault. Yeah, it's like I think it's 50-50, which is a shame because Renault actually makes some interesting cars, none of which get exported to the United States. You could take, you know, the Clio or some of those good little city cars and export them, but that's the United States government and really dumb North American safety regulations. That's one where it would be a very pro-business move, uh, is if the United States, like the NHTSA and Department of Transportation, took up European safety standards and just adopted those. It would bring car prices down immediately because automakers would no longer have to factor in the expense of making engineering changes and design changes for 2 different markets. It'd be the same market. You can sell the same car in different markets, which means you get better economies of scale, which means you can get better production numbers, When you get better production numbers, you can bring the price down. And yes, don't just say, oh, they're greedy, they just make more profit. Yes, profits would go up. But due to the laws of competition, due to the free market, prices would also go down. We don't take, we don't tolerate, well, okay, we tolerate stupid left-wing statements here, but we don't let them go by without calling out bullshit. Same with right-wing statements, but I've seen a lot more dumb left-wing shit on my channel. Not too many far-right people here. That's 20. Is that? For those of you who don't know, I am actually buying a car here. It's mostly just to have fun and screw around in. I'm not using it for commuting. That'll be for my bike. The car is going to be a 1994 Subaru Sambar with an appropriately island-sized 0.66 liter four-cylinder engine with cafe laws. Oh yeah, cafe. No, it's safety standards more than cafe. I agree, cafe is dumb, but it's well-intentioned regulation gone bad. But safety standards are much more the culprit there. Right, it's the reason you can't, like some of the most fuel-efficient cars, the early 90s Honda Civic and CRX, you can't build those due to safety standards. Those cars got 50 miles per gallon naturally aspirated if you drove them correctly. All right, we're gonna hit the low row next. We're gonna go 220. This one's real good for getting a stretch. I do like straps for this. We got, okay, 6:30, so I got 15 minutes tops. I don't think we're going to do posing today. It does not sound as though we've got 30 likes or anywhere close. I think at the moment we're at 10, so that's fine. Yeah, we're at 10. I don't think that's happening. It's just fine. I've got long arms, so we gotta bring this all the way up to the top. Get that stretch. Yeah, if I have to skip an ab set today, I will live with that because I do not want to miss my flight or anything like that. All right. I like cross grips on these. Can also go underhand or overhand grip, but I think cross grips are the best. Yeah. My flight's at 9 over to Hilo. Come on. God, I need to grease this. It's 15. I don't think, yeah, I feel like I was cheating a bit there, so we're gonna go down to 190 there. I want a better squeeze at the top. GMC's definition of what does he even comes to with auto marks. Yeah, so GMC exists because there used to be separate GM dealer, uh, GM dealers. So GMC usually for the dealers used to be partnered with Cadillac instead of Chevrolet. So what it did was it gave Cadillac dealerships trucks to offer. That's historically GMC's role, which I think is dumb at this point, but GMC is very profitable for GM, so there's no reason to kill it off. But that was back in the days where you had, you know, GM was Chevrolet, Cadillac, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Saturn. You had all those different marks. There we go. Yeah. So GMC had a purpose, but I don't think that purpose is particularly relevant anymore. I would agree with that, Keon. Okay, next set. Because most Cadillac dealers anymore also sell Chevrolets. Flip the forms better on this. Let's squeeze the top. We'll fire off for reps. We'll go down to 160 for the next set. Dude, what's upper? Nah, this thing just needs grease. It's the cables and pulleys. Just haven't been lubricated. I submitted a fix request on that a few weeks ago. Clearly, it got ignored. So I got about 10 more minutes. So I'm gonna hit one more set of this. We'll hit some abs, and then I'll burn out waiter curl set, and that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna have enough time to do anything else because I'm gonna want to shower off, pack up my shit. Oh, your boy has to pee as well, but we're gonna hold it till the end of the broadcast. I ain't got time for that. Okay, let's go. I'm excited for this vacation. It's gonna be really good. All right, let's go. 2, 3. All right, forward motion. Come on. Well, Hummer, yeah, bringing back Hummer was dumb. I mean, they bring it under the GMC brand, so at least it's not its own separate mark. The electric Hummer is unbelievably stupid. It's a very sad social commentary on the values that the average American proclaims to espouse. All right, we'll hit abs. Yeah, the electric Hummer is the fact that that car exists does disappoint me quite a bit. We're gonna hit up 3 sets of leg raises, and then yeah, about 8 more minutes left. So hit this. We'll hit um, single dumbbell curls. That's gonna be it. There we go. Do 2 more of those. Some of these road legal in most of the world. Do you mean not road legal? These, yeah, the Cybertruck is even goofier. So this is what bothers me, right? There are states where they say 1940s era CJ Jeep is legal. A 2024 Hummer EV is legal, and a 2005 Honda Acti K-Van is illegal. And I know it's a 25-year-old import rule, but a 1995 Honda Acti K-Van is also illegal. It's such a driver-centric way of thinking. Now, I think we should remove any safety regulation that got passed after about 1985. Make cars dangerous again, because all these drivers' nannies and crumple zones have made drivers worse. They've made drivers inattentive. They've made drivers stop caring, which is part of why pedestrian fatality rates are a lot higher now than they used to be. Same with cyclist fatality rates. Cars have become more dangerous for people outside of them and safer for people inside of them, which has made drivers more inattentive. Now, that would also bring down prices, make cars less safe. If you want to pay for extra safety options, I think you should be able to do that. But I don't think it should be a federal regulation. I don't think all cars should have to be safe. Cars were safe enough in 1980. Of course, I would also be a huge fan of much higher fuel taxes. So what do I know? All right. No mas. Thankfully, out here in Hawaii, uh, this state is largely okay with mini trucks and Japanese imports because, right, it doesn't matter which side of the ocean it's coming from, all automobiles have to be imported here anyway. There's no auto factory here. So it's not like it really matters. So, shipping a car in from Japan, not really any more expensive than shipping one in from California. In fact, thanks to the Jones Act, it's often cheaper to ship it in from Osaka or Tokyo than it is from LA or Korea or really anywhere. Of course, due to the 25-year import law, the newest cars you can get are from 1999, which means apart from Japanese cars, there's not really much from Asia you'd want to import. Korean cars in the 90s kind of sucked. Chinese cars in the 90s really sucked. They're a lot better now, but we'll have to wait for another couple decades. All right, last set. We're gonna wrap her up and call it a day. Not my best workout, honestly, but I knew that was gonna happen. I forgot my water. Grab that. So I will try to go live at least once uh, while I'm in the Big Island. It's going to be dependent on the Wi-Fi, so it'll be probably just a Q&A blog stream kind of deal. Probably not a consultation, unless someone sends one to me. Of course, if you want a consultation, askbullmuscle@gmail.com. Write to me. Would love to answer anything. Advice for you name it. Finances, personal finance, philosophy, dieting, exercise, you know what I do. Last set. Y'all, yeah, here we go. So for this one, we are going, lower just a touch. This is the waiter curl. A lot of lifting YouTubers have a downer on this exercise. I wouldn't make it my primary style of bicep curl, but I think it's a great finisher. I think it gives you a really nice pump, especially if you lean forward a little bit, really lower it all the way at the bottom. I think it's great. So Long Island Motor Parkway extended, Motorway Parkway Trail. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize they were building a trail out there. That's great. Honestly, I like the congestion charge for New York City, for Manhattan. Look, if you want to drive a car into Manhattan every day, why? The congestion's hideous almost all the time. You got to deal with aggressive caddies, aggressive cyclists, aggressive pedestrians. I mean, there's a reason I'm walking here as a meme. Like, why would you want to drive in that environment? You're going to get terrible fuel economy. There's nowhere to refuel your car. Parking's expensive. Who the hell's driving into Manhattan? Why would you do that? All right, here we go. Last set. We all get a good view of the pump. 5, 6. Oh yeah, there it comes. Nice. That pump's okay. Yeah, that's it. There's the pump. Nice. Most drivers you see in Manhattan have a commercial license or commercial interest there. Yeah, we're right. And the congestion charge doesn't apply to them. Right, like if you're just trying to get around between buses and subways and everything else, driving is just a very stupid way to get around Manhattan. It just doesn't make sense. All right, y'all, uh, that is going to be it for me today. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm very grateful, above all else, for each and every one of you that have come in, left a like, left a comment, left a subscription, hit that notification bell, join the Discord, or written to me at askbullmuscle@gmail.com. It means a lot. I will hopefully, if the internet connection's good, do a live stream on the Big Island. We'll see. Keep your eyes peeled on the Discord for that, or hit that notification bell to know where I'm going live. Otherwise, it'll be until next weekend. So until the next time, make good decisions, because it's good decisions from your actions, it's actions from your habits, habits from your values, those values from an ethos. Be the guys through the rough waters of life. Much love, y'all. Come in for the hug. Happy Thanksgiving.